All right, yeah. I don't know what you're doing with your piercing in your tongue, but we don't need to see that. Want to see it.
Oh, my bad. I'm at work. My bad.
All right, we don't do my bads here. We just don't do it. All right, so Miss, you need to be out of that bed and you're not dressed appropriately for Zoom. All right, so you're gonna have to speak up. Nobody can hear you.
I think it's just what I'm on. But yes, yes, you can hear me.
Yes, slapping somebody who has dementias and Alzheimer's. This is just somebody that somebody just hired off the street and said, hey, you have a high school diploma. You want to receive minimum wage to take care of people that nobody else maybe wants to take care of. And this is where we end up.
This entitled woman, Brat, is in court for slapping an elderly woman who suffers from dementia and Alzheimer's. And from the moment she walks in, everything spirals downhill. She strolls into the courtroom, casually flicking her tongue, piercing like the whole thing is a joke. Judge would immediately clocks the attitude. And from there, it only gets worse. When she shows up again, she's practically half-dressed, looking like she rolled straight out of bed, as if court is no different from grabbing coffee. And here's the wild part. This isn't a minor charge. She's facing a case that could carry up to 20 years in prison. Yet she's acting like she's waiting in line at Starbucks. You can almost feel the exact moment the judge's patience snaps as she keeps pushing with that smug, careless attitude. But what do you think? Does behavior like this deserve prison time? Or should probation be enough? Let's watch and break it down.
Miss Janisha Walton, if you want to appear on Zoom, you're going to need to have your video and you need to unmute. All right, yeah. I don't know what you're doing with your piercing in your tongue, but we don't need to see that. Want to see it.
Oh, my bad. I'm at work. My bad.
All right, we don't do my bads here. We just don't do it. So if you want to continue to appear by Zoom, you need to appear appropriately dressed, and nobody wants to see you fiddling with your tongue piercing. All right, you're going to be back on June 2nd. And June 2nd, you can appear by Zoom, but if the court finds that you are not behaving appropriately, Zoom, that will be suspended. All right, thank you. It gets to be like 60. Oh my gosh, it's too cold. All right, so Miss, you need to be out of that bed and you're not dressed appropriately for Zoom. All right, you need to put on a jacket or something, Miss.
We'll get that.
All right, Miss, you need to put on a jacket or something.
Oh, okay. You want me to call her and tell her?
Yes.
I'll text her.
All right, thank you. And I just sent her a chat.
Okay.
So if you just step to the side and I'll call you right back. And is this going to be an agreement or jury trial?
It's going to be an agreement, ma'am.
All right, so if you all will get the paperwork ready.
I have several courts to be in today because we do this on another day. I've got.
I mean, we're here, she's here.
Okay, and we can do it via, I believe she's in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, at least Illinois.
All right,
That's
so.
fine. I can text you when the paperwork's ready.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put you in the waiting room and they'll get the paperwork sent to you. Ms. Ferguson will need your email and her email. All right, thank you.
Yes, Judge, we went through the paperwork earlier, so she's all set.
No, she needs to be sworn in.
Okay.
And if you go in that breakout room, the clerk will let you know if they have all the paperwork or if there's some issue.
Okay.
Please do not leave the room until someone requests you leave the room.
I know I'm trying to get back and join that room, but I don't know how to get back in.
Another room so it could pop up on your screen. And it's now room number 2. And are you Miss Walton? You need to unmute.
Yes.
All right, Miss Walton, you have a right to appear in person.
It's unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, Miss Walton, you have a right to appear in person in court, but I am in receipt of a consent to plead by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and electronically sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to have to speak up. Nobody can hear you.
I think it's just what I'm on, but yes, yes. You can hear me?
Yes. Did you review the true bill of indictment? You're saying yes?
Yes, I did.
All right. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with intentionally or knowingly committing bodily injury against a child, elderly, or disabled person at a state facility?
Yes.
That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with the complainant, the anger management course, and you're prohibited from practicing as a nurse in the state of Texas. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years, and there be 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client is in Chicago. She understands, she should not have slapped this individual. She does accept responsibility for it. She would just like to move on and be able to work and complete her probation without any problems.
You can tell she probably expects probation and thinks she'll just walk out like nothing happened. But her behavior tells a completely different story. Flicking your tongue piercing at a judge like you're bored in class is not a winning move. Then she comes back to court without even bothering to put on a proper shirt, like she wandered in half asleep and didn't think twice about it. That's not just disrespectful. It sends a clear message to the court that you don't care about what's at stake, and when you're facing a charge that could put you behind bars for up to 20 years, that kind of attitude doesn't just hurt your chances, it destroys them. Judges pay attention to body language, effort, and respect before they even think about sentencing. If you can't put on a shirt for court, how are you supposed to follow probation rules?
All right, so how much training does she have in the field? Is she a licensed nurse, or is she a person that somebody hires and says, hey, we need somebody to come in as a caregiver?
She will have to answer that one.
All right, are you a licensed nurse?
No, I'm working towards getting my CNA.
All right, so this is a situation where somebody just hired you to come in and work in a facility.
I'm a caregiver.
All right, so what's your level of education to be a caregiver?
I finished high school. Completed high school.
All right.
I was-
See, this is what I mean. Everybody's just letting everybody be a caregiver. And the problem is that being a caregiver for somebody, I think that's sort of like a calling. You have to have said, you know what, I'm going into that field, because you're dealing with people who have dementia, Alzheimer's, people who can't take care of themselves, people who need somebody to bathe them. The patient gets upset because they're not doing what they're allowed to do anymore. They can't communicate because they have dementia and Alzheimer's. Then everybody and their mother's just hiring random people, paying them minimum wage or less than. And then we end up here with somebody slapping somebody who has dementias and Alzheimer's. So I know y'all say she's prohibited from practicing as a nurse in the state of Texas. Okay, but she's not a nurse. She's not licensed to be a nurse. This is just somebody that somebody just hired off the street and said, hey, you have a high school diploma. You want to receive minimum wage to take care of people that nobody else maybe wants to take care of. And this is where we end up. And what was the name of this facility? Let me see. Chapters Living of San Antonio. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Does anybody want to speak to length of probation? The state is asking for 3 years. All right. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. There is to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider, no employment with working with minors, no employment with working with people who are disabled. There's to be no practicing as a nurse in Texas or anywhere else. So I'm just going to say no practicing as a nurse. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There should be regular random UAs, 120 hours of community service restitution. The $1,500 fine will be probated. There should be anger management. I'm ordering anger management because you all agreed to it, but it just appears that you were a person who should never have been working with someone in any type of facility or young children or people who have mental health issues. That's just not a field for you. Good luck to you. Don't take any more of these positions that requires you to have patience and that requires you to be with someone who has dementia, Alzheimer's, they're elderly, they need somebody to be kind and patient with them. You shouldn't work in those positions. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I do fault the company that hired you as well.
The hardest part about cases like this is that you never really know what someone is capable of until it's too late. On the surface, a person can seem normal, even kind. But behind closed doors, that anger and violence can come out. That's what makes situations like this so complicated, especially for home care businesses. They can run background checks, but if there's no prior history, it's hard to know who's truly safe and who isn't. Judge Boy made some valid points here, but at times it feels like the blame drifts too far toward the system instead of staying where it belongs. At the end of the day, the decision to hurt an elderly woman with dementia didn't come from a business or a system. It came from her. And when someone shows up to court almost half naked, acting like none of this matters, it's hard to believe real change is coming. So what do you think? Should more responsibility fall on the home care business? Or is this entirely on the individual who snapped and committed the assault? Thanks so much for watching. Guys,